Good morning and happy Sunday. I did not film at all on Saturday because there really wasn't much to show and I was just busy doing house kind of things. So I'm sitting outside a hardware store. My husband just went in to look for something and I thought, hey, I'll jump on the camera because I haven't been on there since Thursday. So I did like 5 loads of laundry, ran the dishwasher, put some things away, and kind of did some of that kind of stuff yesterday and did some planning in my lesson planner. And then I watched some movies and kind of slept in and off and on. I was in and out of consciousness because I was feeling quite lumpy after a very long, exhausting week. So Friday, I told you I would catch you up. Friday morning, I had plan time right off the bat. Like my kids came in for like 15 minutes and it was time for them to go to art. While they're at art is my plan time. Well, that's when I normally film. But we had a fall festival at our school yesterday, and each class was expected to put together a basket of things to be sold at auction to raise money for our version of PTA. It's not called that anymore, but whatever. It's the organization that helps the school. So I had all the components for the basket, and I had a crate to put the things in, but it fell on me to put it together. So there went my plan time, because it's a little shorter on Fridays anyway, since we get out early. So I took quite a bit of time putting the basket together because we had a lot of stuff. It was great. There was an amazing amount of stuff to put in there, but it was really hard to figure out how to get it to fit right. And it never did all fit, so I had to put some things on the side. Then I needed to make a sign to let people know whose basket it was. So that took a little bit of time. Not a lot, but a little. And I had to go downstairs and get it and attach it and blah, blah. Then I had to find a cart so that I could schlep this heavy crate of things downstairs to the office through the elevator. So I did that. By the time I got back to my room, I had like maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And so I tried to get some breakfast ready, and that didn't work so well. I gave up on that. And I think I ended up having to go talk to another teacher about something. Don't even remember what it was now. And we had been told that morning that there would be inside recess. And if it was after 10 o'clock, it would be in your classroom. Okay, great. Which is not an ideal situation anyway. So that's what I did. I went and talked to my buddy teacher to see what she wanted to do for recess. And we had decided we would split the recess supervisor. So we have a person whose job it is to supervise recess. That's all they do all day long. So when we have inside recess, they come to us. So we decided that he would go to her for 10 minutes and then come to me for 10 minutes so we could leave our classrooms at least for 10 minutes and do whatever. Check our mailboxes, go to the restroom, get a drink, whatever. So we said, okay, we'll do that. Since everything was kind of discombobulated and I was planning to do an escape room, well, you have to hide some things around the room for them to find clues. And since the kids never left the room, I never got a chance to do it. So that didn't work out so well. So I pushed it to the end of the day. And at recess time, right before that, I let the kids do their Friday Fun Club thing. Since I had switched when I was doing my escape room, I switched stuff around. My whole schedule was crazy. So the recess person never came to my classroom. Never. The whole time. The whole 20 minutes of recess, he never showed up. I'm like, okay. So I just did some Go Noodle with my kids, but they were a little wild. Like all week they were kind of wild. Our weather's been really fluctuating as far as temperature and rain off and on and barometric pressure up and down. So they were really squirrely this week. Like it was really hard to deal with them part of the time. I was exhausted by the end of the day and did not want to do anything when I got home. But I did go home on Thursday and I got that escape room ready. Like I got all the clues put together in the correct envelopes, and because everything is very sequential. You have to get this answer right from this envelope to know where to find the next clue and so on and so forth. Well, I wasn't able to even do it that day because I didn't end up having any recess, so I didn't have any time to hide the clues. And then the rest of the day, there just wasn't enough of a chunk of time because you need about 45 minutes. I didn't have a big enough chunk of time the rest of the day to do anything. So I just gave up. And I never got to do the spider addition craft either because of the same reason. There wasn't any time to do it. We ended up doing 2 birthday books because I had forgotten to do it earlier in the week. And we had 2 boys that had birthdays on Tuesday. And so we got those mostly done. Well, I'm going to have to finish them up on Monday and give them to the kids. yeah, so that is why the name of my last vlog was There's Always Next Week. Because a lot of those things I had planned for last week, I moved to this week. So hopefully we can get them done. So tomorrow, Monday, we will be doing the spider activity. And then Thursday, I'm planning on doing the escape room, and I'll show you all the components of that. And then Friday, I'm planning to do my big, classroom transformation thing, and I'll show you all about that too. That is what is mostly in those Amazon boxes that you saw probably Wednesday in my vlog, by my closet door, by the front door. So I haven't even opened them. I have some things ready for it, but I don't have the physical things. Like I have the things printed and stuff like that, but I don't have like the objects that I need to put out. So I will show you all of that when I get it ready. My husband is back, and we're going to head off to another tool store. Hi, we're at another tool store. This time it's Harbor Freight, one of my husband's other happy places. So I'm happy to just sit in the car and fiddle around and do whatever until he decides he's ready to come back out to the car. So I was talking to you about Friday and how things are going to get shoved to this week. No problem. I actually brought my computer with me in the car, and I was going to show you some of the things I found to use for next week. So in Power Hour, we are going to be working on the word problems. And I think I did show a few things last week on that, but this is something we're going to use when we have regrouping. They can use this 120 chart. So it will help them know how many tens to add, or how many tens to go down and how many ones to go over to figure out the answer. This is going to be the kids' journal page for their math rotations. I'm going to print it on probably orange Astrobrite. I had to modify this, which is why it's a little fuzzy looking, because I had to take a screenshot and it printed kind of weird. So I may want to print it at school. I don't know. This is an exit ticket I printed directly from the resource. This is an exit ticket I printed after doing a screenshot. See how fuzzy it is? I think it'll still work. But there were 2 word problems on here. One was addition and one was subtraction. And I didn't want the subtraction because we haven't talked about that yet. And this one had a bigger number, so they would have had to regroup, and we haven't done that yet either. So I just covered this up with a text box and made it white so that I could make a workspace for them. So this will be for Power Hour. This is for my class, kind of for report cards, because we don't really have a 3-digit test, 3-digit place value test specifically. So I thought I could do this and they could let me know what they know. Also, one of our report card objectives is knowing evens and odds. And let me show you. I found a little game. I've got a whole pile of stuff here. I found a little ghost game. It's called Even and Odd Boo. They play with a partner. They roll 2 dice. They add the numbers together. If their answer is even, they put a little marker here. If their answer is odd, they put a marker there. And whoever gets to the top of the game board first wins. And there's a little answer key here to help them know what's even and odd, which is this. So I'll make some copies of this and put it with the game board in this station so they can do that. We will be reading Frankenstein this week and doing all things Frankie. Speaking of Frankie, I made a Frankie fact game that's a freebie in my TPT store, and it's already in there. So if you go down to the description box, it is linked below for you, so you can snatch it if you want to. So it's editable. So there are 2 game boards that are pre-made, and then there are 2 that are editable. One is the color version, one is the black and white. So it's very printer friendly. You can print it on white paper, you can print it on Astrobrite, you can print it on cardstock, construction paper, whatever you want. So here's the Frankie facts. Goes really well with the Frankenstein erasers that you can get at your dollar spot right now. So there you go. And this is a partner game, as they all are. It's not really fun to play a game by yourself. So those are cool. Let me see. I also found, so I've got a stack of papers here, big stack. I found a Boo Bump game, which you could use any of those awesome Target dollar spot erasers for, or you could use Unifix cubes or Lincoln cubes or whatever. But they'll play that with a partner. This was a freebie. We're talking about fact families this week, so I've got a candy corn fact family that they can do. That's a freebie. 4 in a row addition facts to 20. That's a freebie. and this monster addition game where they spin twice to make their addition sentence, and they find the answer over here and cover it up, and they try to get 4 in a row. It's like a bingo game, just like this one. That's a freebie too. And instead of just linking everything below so you have a bajillion links to go to, I have made a Pinterest board that's just Halloween math games. So I will link my Pinterest board so you can just click on that to find everything. I thought that would be easier. So everything on there is a freebie except for this one thing here. This is made to go with black cat erasers. Now they don't just have black cat erasers in the dollar spot this year. They also have orange and green and purple, I believe. So depending on if you get the little bags or you get the boxes, they have different ones. Maybe they're both in different boxes. They had several different colors of boxes, and each colorful box of erasers has different erasers in it. So you just kind of have to see what's in there. I feel like there were 4 different colors. I know there's black, there's like a turquoise, and there's a green, but I was thinking there might have been like a magenta colored one too, maybe. But you know, I've gotten so many of them I don't remember exactly, and I've had them for a while. So because I got them as soon as they started putting them out, and I snatched a whole bunch of them up. Anyway, this black cat game is a 4 in a row game too, but I'm going to tell my kids whoever fills up their board first wins. You know, player 1, player 2. They shake the dice, they find the answer, they cover it up with their cat, and whoever covers theirs first wins. This is actually from the Teaching Texan. It is not a freebie, but it's in a pack of math games. You would have to adapt some of them because it was made for kindergarten. He is now a 2nd grade teacher this year. So I wonder if he'll be making some 2nd grade games now. That'd be really awesome. But I snagged this last year when I was a 1st grade teacher, and I used this, and the kids loved it. So I will link his math resource, his math games bundle. Not really a bundle. It's got several games in it, so I guess it's a bundle technically. Anyway, I'll link it below for you too. That's not on my Pinterest board because I think I may have found it off Pinterest originally, but since it's a TPT paid resource, I didn't want to put it in my free Pinterest board thing. Anyway, that'll be on there too. I'm trying to see. Sorry, I'm flipping through papers to see if I've missed anything to tell you. I think I've shown you everything. This is our report card. I have a sample of it so I know how to fill mine out now. Yep, I think that's all of the awesomeness that I have printed. These I just put in the little plastic page protectors. And then what you can do to store them, if you don't want to store them like in a drawer or anything, you can put them in a binder. I have a binder of math games. And I've done that with my strategy games because I did not have a drawer thing to put them in last year. This year I do, inside a cabinet. So I can just grab them. But it would be really easy to store them in a binder too. I think that's all I was going to show you now. I do have something I may be purchasing from Teachers Pay Teachers that is like a spooky story math interactive kind of thing, and I'll tell you more about that if I decide to get it. But I just happened to see it when I was flipping through the things on Pinterest because I'm always looking for new ways to practice math and things. Sorry, there's a guy coming out next to me and I thought I'd just let him go because he had a big truck that was going to be kind of loud. Anyway, yeah, I was going to say I will show you that resource if I get it. And if not, I can share it with you anyway, because you might want it even if I don't. So I'll just share it with you anyway. How about that? Obviously, I don't have Wi-Fi in the car unless I use my hotspot, and I don't want to do that. So I'll show you when I get home or whenever. I'll show you sometime this week because I probably will get it. Okay, let me just explain it to you because I'm just not making any sense. So there's this lady that has made these math stories for different like holidays and seasons. And she has 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade. Well, I looked at the 2nd grade one, and some of the skills on that particular Halloween story are a little beyond my kids right now because we haven't covered those topics yet. Like they are 2nd grade skills, but we haven't done them yet. So I went with the 1st grade one. If I buy it, it'll be that one. So it's got like time to the hour and half hour, measuring fractions, adding to 10, you know, things my kids should be able to do independently, because she uses this math story thing as a station, and the kids just use dry erase markers and mark in the book because she puts them in she puts them in a binder in a page protector, and it makes this little storybook. It's really cool. So she's got different pages that are, it's basically word problems all the way through, but they have to solve kind of the mystery through the story, and there are answer choices on each page. And if you get this answer, you go to this page. If you go to get this answer, you go to this page. This answer goes to this page. This answer goes to this page. Well, if they get the wrong answer and they go to the wrong page, it will send them back to do it again, which is cool. So it's kind of like self-checking. But they don't ever solve the story or they don't solve the mystery until they get all of the answers right. So they get led to the next clue. So it looks really fun. But it's like $6.99, I think. Which, I mean, in the grand scheme of life, $6.99 is not very expensive. But for one activity, I'm like, I want to see for sure if I'm going to use this. Because we're in the middle of October now. And this is like, it's called Halloween Hullabaloo. But like I said, it looks really cute. And you could do it whole group. You could project it on your board. And you could solve each one as a class. And then whatever they decide the answer is, you could just go to that page and go, oh, well, we didn't get that right. We got to go back and check that. And each kid could have, you could even print the story for each kid, or you could just have each kid write their answer on a whiteboard or put it on their iPad or put it on a scrap paper, whatever. There are lots of ways you can do it, I think. What she does is she lays it out as a center in the sleeves inside a binder, and they just open it up and they read the story together. It might be a really great small group activity. I don't know if my kids would be super independent. On this one, I thought I might just do it whole group, and it would probably take maybe 15 minutes to go through the story. And it would be reviewing a lot of math skills for my kids, which would probably be good anyway. But it looks really fun, and I think I probably will get it just because it looks really cute. It might be $5.99 instead of $6.99. I don't know. Anyway, I will show that to you whether I get it or not because I saved it in my wish list. But it looked really fun, and she has like a Halloween one, she has a Christmas one, she has like a St. Patrick's one, I think, a Valentine one. I think there's a summer one too, maybe a spring one. I think she probably has one for each, little chunk of holiday or season through the year. So if I do get it and I use it with my class, I would do it whole group and then see how it goes. And then after they've done one of them, then the format is the same for all of them. Like you read the story, you find the answer, then you go to that page, then you go to the next clue and you do you just work your way through. The only thing I could see snagging my kids up is the reading, but that's why I have heterogeneous groups rather than homogeneous groups. I have high, medium, and low kids in each of my color groups on purpose. Because last year and the year before, when I did the center drawers, they were all color coded. That was differentiated to that skill level. And so all the kids that were lower were in the green, and all the kids that were a little bit higher were in the orange, and all the kids who were a little bit higher than that were in the pink, and the super high kids were in the purple. And so I would put those kind of activities in those color drawers, and the kids never even knew why they were those colors. They just were. So this year I did it differently because I wasn't going to be doing center drawers. My husband is back and found something really cool apparently. So I think we're going to head off to, I don't know, maybe lunch or something. So I'll catch you later. Hi, we just finished eating at Longhorn, and before that I went to Target and showed you just a few things in the dollar spot, which is not really a dollar anymore. A lot of the stuff is $3, $5, $7, and $10, but you just have to look. Anyway, I tried to show you some of those erasers that I have been talking about in the little boxes, but I feel like there might have been one more color that they just didn't have. Maybe. So I know that I think that I showed them to you when I first got them about a month ago, but maybe not. I'll try to show you at home. Sorry, people were getting into the vehicle next to me again, so it was kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, I'll try to show you the erasers either at home or at school, because I've taken most of them to school, and I swear there were 4 different colored boxes. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. It's anybody's guess, right? After my husband is done in Orchland, we're going to go to the big super center here, and I'm going to get just some basic stuff like cat food and some more breakfast bowls because I'm completely out. Maybe some breakfast burritos because I'm completely out of those. Some iced coffee, breakfast stuff. And then I might look around their Halloween section because, like I said, this store is much bigger than the one that I normally go to. They will probably have a much bigger variety of things to look at. And then we're going to head home. And it's, well, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's a little after 2. Yes, it's a little after 2. So we will head home after our Walmart adventure and see what Caitlin's up to. I think she was going to take a nap while we were gone. She opted not to come with us because she didn't really have anything she wanted to look for or look at. And she wasn't real thrilled about going out to eat. So she just wanted to kind of hibernate in her room, which is totally fine. So I told her when we get home, it'll probably be early enough that we can still do things together if we want to. So I'm not sure what we'll do. We might look for a Redbox movie, possibly. But I did notice that, what's the movie? A Wrinkle in Time is on Netflix now. And that's one that I had wanted to get on Redbox. But now that it's on Netflix, we can just watch it off there. Not really for free because you pay for the Netflix subscription, but it's a lot cheaper than getting a whole bunch of movies from Redbox, even though they're cheap. Anyway, so that's probably what we're going to do. And I asked my husband at lunch, you want to help me get some stuff ready today? Like prep some stuff? He goes, no, because he was being a turkey. And I said, it's just basically color coding some things for my Friday deal. He's like, maybe. I'll see if I can rope him into helping me. We'll see. Basically, I need to just color code some items to each other so that we know they go together because it makes a difference. So if I can get myself pulled together for that and make it work, I hope. Because really, Friday is my last shot to do this amazing transformation awesomeness. So wish me luck. I'm probably going to have to stay after school Thursday a little bit to get it ready. And then I won't let the kids come in the room on Friday because they go to specials pretty much right away anyway. School starts at 7:50 and they start trickling in from the morning rooms then. And they come in for the next 10 minutes from the buses and from breakfast. And we just read AR. But AR will be over then. Well, it'll be the start of a new quarter so they can get crack-a-lackin' on their new goal. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I can just have them read in the hallway because they're supposed to have their library books in their backpacks anyway. So I can have them put their backpacks down, use the restroom, come back, read out of their backpacks. And then when they come in after specials, which starts at 8:15, I can do some things while they're gone. Everything will be set up and ready for them when they come back from specials, and it'll be woo exciting and we can get right to it. So I've just decided I'm not doing keyboarding next Friday because it's been a nightmare and I want to do this special thing. And that's the time that we have to do it. So that's what's going to happen. This Friday, I did do keyboarding. And it was a disaster. Again, I still had 2 students that were not able to log in. And so I emailed the tech person right away. And he came over the same day and said, do you have their cards? And I went, yeah, let me go get them. So I gave him the cards with a little QR scanning code. And I said, here you go. And he fiddled with them for probably 15 minutes or so. And I think he said they were working. So I'm not going to try them out this Friday. I'm just kind of over it. I told some of the other second grade teachers, can we just boycott this darn typing program? Because it's a holy nightmare. It's terrible. And it's not necessarily the program itself. It's getting the kids on it and not having glitches once they're logged in and all this kind of stuff. So I think I may have mentioned the other day that one of my kiddos lost his scan card for iReady. Couldn't find it anywhere. Didn't find it in the little hidey hole that I've been finding other people's cards in, so I don't know where it is. So I said, well, we need to find that. But thankfully, Mrs. Bond figured out how to get new cards just this morning when she wasn't sleeping at 3 a.m. Started fiddling on my iReady account because I knew that there was more stuff I could do on there because I'd been reading on a Facebook teacher page that there's more stuff you can do on there. Like you theoretically can link all of your students' logins to the Clever app, which is what we use to get on iReady. So I put on Prodigy and I put on AR. And we'll see if that works. It may not work because some people were saying with AR they still have to have their kids log in with that really long login thing. But we'll see if we can do Prodigy on there at least. That'd be nice. It'd be one less thing for them to have to type all the stuff in. That would be really cool. And also you can put they have a whole list of things that are accessible through the Clever app. So I just made some little things on my specific classroom page. We'll see if they work. That'd be really cool. But I noticed that I could get on there and print the login cards. I'm like, oh, that's really cool to know how to do that. Well, I knew that there was some way to do it, obviously, because our instructional coach did that for everybody. But I'm like, I don't know how to get on there. Well, now I do. I know how to get on there. And I also figured out how to log the entire class out on my computer, because some of those kiddos forget to log themselves out. And then when someone else uses our iPads, those kids forget to look who's logged into iReady. And so they continue doing iReady with one of my students' logins, which makes it look like my student has been on iReady for an hour and a half or 2 hours. And they haven't. And then this kid that didn't log the other person out and didn't log themselves in doesn't get any minutes at all. So it's been a problem. I've been trying to teach my kids, check that. Make sure it's logged into you. Make sure your name shows right there. Otherwise, you need to log that other person out and log yourself in. Yeah, it's kind of a deal. I kind of wish there was some way that, like, you have to log in every time you go in there. Like, it won't stay logged in. Like, once you close the iPad, it should just log out. But it doesn't do that. It'll just stay logged in forever, ever, ever if you don't specifically click the name and log out. So I've been trying to make sure my kids check that, but they don't always do that. Yeah, it's a lot of monitoring going on. Oh, my husband is probably almost done, I would think. And boy, there's a lot of traffic going in and out of this little parking lot here. So this store used to be a Kmart, and the Kmarts around our area have all disappeared. And I even saw in the news that Sears is on the verge of bankruptcy, which is sad because it's been around for a really long time. Like back in the pioneer days, you could order stuff from Sears. You could even order your license to drive a car from Sears at one point. You could buy a house through Sears and build it yourself. So it's been around for a good long time. So it's kind of sad that that icon may be disappearing from our country. Very sad. Now, Kmart, I think, still exists in Australia, if I'm correct. So Tracy and Zelma, you could let us know if you still have Kmarts around, because we just don't have them very much anymore because they're all just kind of disappearing because of money issues. But maybe Kmart's doing well in Australia. I don't know. It's a gross day out here. It's drizzly, rainy. It's like 52 degrees. And it's just not a good day to want to do anything outside. I had to stand outside Dollar Tree for a little while and wait for my husband to get back from Lowe's, because I said, hey, you can drop me off at Dollar Tree and zip over to Lowe's and look for what you want to look for, and I'll just poke around Dollar Tree. And I did poke around a little bit, but there's only so much you can look for in Dollar Tree before you just run out of things to look at, right? And some of the stuff I didn't care a hill of beans about looking at today. So basically I was just kind of looking at their Halloween stuff and just kind of their party favor section. And I looked through like the kids' toy section, because sometimes you can find stuff for like centers or math games through there. And I also always look through the, what's it called, teaching tree area to see what they had. And I did get a few things. I got some little sand timers, and we'll see if they actually time for 2 minutes. They said 2 minutes on them, but we'll see. Because I thought that might be good for my little fluency station for math. Because the kids could each have their own little timer and like race themselves. Not race each other, but race themselves. And I even saw they had those sleeves, the dry erase sleeves that you can slip a paper in, like I used for my Play-Doh mats for the first day of school. They're really heavy-duty plastic. They had them in the dollar spot at Target at the beginning of the year too, but they don't always have them. Dollar Tree usually has them. They had like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of them. And I was tempted, but I'm like, I think I have a whole bunch. I don't need more. So I'll just use the ones I have. But these had like fact pages in them where you could give a kid a dry erase marker and they could, you know, do facts. But my thing is, it's only one fact page, so they'd have to get a different one for the next time anyway. But I have what's called Sticky Math from Lucky Little Learners, which I'll link below for you because it's supposed to be a really good fact fluency program. And it works on the premise of using a timer. I guess you use a sticky note to mark where you left off when the timer went off, and you try to beat that the next time or something like that. So we're probably going to try that for our math fact fluency thing, because I want my kids to be fluent in math facts. It helps a lot of things down the road in all kinds of math. So we'll try that. And I thought, you know, those timers are $1. If they don't work super well, we'll use them for something else. I don't know. And I have some of those digital timers from Dollar Tree, and they work pretty well, but the batteries go out pretty quickly. So, and it's really just about as cost effective to buy a new timer as it is to get a new battery for the timer, because they're only $1 to start with. So that's my plan for that. And I also got some little like Halloween pencil cap erasers for my kids to choose which one they want to go on their pencil from the pencil challenge this week, because all but 2 had all their pencils. Now last week, every single kid had their pencils, which was really exciting. Good morning. Happy Monday. Today, we are going to be delving into the world of Frankenstein. That's going to be our focus for the week for reading. That's going to be really fun. Plus, there are other monstery things that we will be doing along the way. For Power Hour today, we started word problems, and I showed them the Solving Word Problems BrainPop Junior video, which is linked below. But you do need a subscription. I almost said prescription. You will need a subscription to BrainPop to be able to see that. There might be a free trial that you could use. Their videos are really good. Our district provides that for us. That's why I'm able to use it. But if you can't get that, I apologize. I just thought I'd share it in case you have it. I made a little book out of a freebie that I found. I've put that in my Pinterest board for you if you want to use it. It was made as like a task card kind of thing, and I just made a PowerPoint slide out of each task card and made a book out of it for my kids to have a word problem book that's Halloween themed. It's really cute. So I can project it on my board and we can use the cubes strategy to solve the word problems. So we went over that a little bit today, and we'll do a little bit tomorrow. Plus we're going to do some other things through the week, and I'll show you what we're doing as we go. For math today, we are doing fact families. So it should be a refresher from last year. We've done it before, so hopefully they'll remember. And I showed you a whole bunch of things on Sunday that I'm going to be doing this week. So hopefully you were able to see some of those things and maybe use them for your class. They looked really good to me. I'll let you know how they go as I use them through the week. I got all of these made on Friday. Our new center pouches. So I had the little booklets already put together. These here. This is all about place value because in my centers, I'm always one chapter behind because it's review. You should never put anything new in your centers if you want it to go well at all. They should know how to do all of this stuff because it's just review of things we learned. So it's just extra practice so it stays in their brain. Alrighty, I'm going to go get a few things printed and taken care of and before I have to go get my kids from music. Today was a little just crazy. The weather's nasty out. It's only like in the 40s today, so it's really cold. And I'm wearing a dress with leggings and boots because I knew I would be really cold. I will back up and show you what I'm wearing, and then I will check back in with you later and let you know how things are going. Okay, my dress is from Walmart, and I just got it recently, like a month ago for my birthday. This came from an online jewelry party called Paparazzi. This came from Cato. This came from Walmart. I still have my nails on. See how good they stick? If you want to foray into the world of artificial nails, I suggest you get the Kiss Impress brand. They have them at Walmart and Target and online on Amazon.com. So these are really good. All you do is you pick which size you want for each nail. You lay them out. Then there are little adhesive strips on the back. You pull the little film off the back of the nail and you stick it on. Done. No glue, no mess, no sticking your fingers together, no getting glue everywhere. They stay on really well. I mean, I haven't had to do anything to them. They're great. Okay, back to my outfit. This headband came from Amazon, and my boots are from Target.com. And then I have leggings from Walmart. I'll show you what that looks like back here. Here are my boots. And my leggings are just black leggings. And these boots here that I've worn before. Just black leggings. Nothing fancy. But I wanted to be warm. Okay. I don't think I have anything else to show you right now. I put a note on my board right here to remind me to do the spider activity today. The one that I showed on Thursday that I was going to do Friday, and that didn't happen. So, sorry about the stuff behind me moving around. I twirled a bit. We are going to do this today. It's in my plans. I have lots of things to copy and print. And we're doing shades of meaning today, and instead of printing them out from the Rooted in Reading unit, I got paint chips. I'm going to write the words on these because there are 3 different synonyms that go together. And I think that'll be a great visual, and then I can post them around. I didn't want to print all that color out and then cut all the cards out when I could just get paint chips. So that's an idea. If you don't want to go to all that work, you just write the words on there and you're done. Okay, I am going to get to work, and I'll talk to you later. Good morning, happy Tuesday. So today's a little warmer, not much. I had a little sweatery cardigan thing on over this and I got too warm because I did a move it activity from Primary Techie with the Power Hour group that I have and one of my partner people has. So we just combined our group and we did it together. I just made one from her Editable slides and I will put the link for that down below because you can make whatever you want on there and it's really cool. I'm going to show you my outfit and then I'm going to go eat my breakfast and get some stuff copied because I got a lot of stuff to prepare. We have conferences next week, so I'm trying to get myself a little ahead so I can get that ready because we need to do report cards, comments, and like conference forms. So that's on my agenda. But today I'm wearing some special leggings that I've worn before. They're owls. And I have this shirt that I got from Walmart on my birthday. And this necklace that came from Dress Barn. Earrings from Dress Barn. These came from Maurice's, and these rings, the ring set came from Old Navy. I have boots from Maurice's, and if you've watched me before, like last year, you will have seen these boots, and probably these leggings too. So I just kind of shook things up a little bit, and I'll back up so you can see it all, and then I'm going to get to work, because we got a lot to do. Well, just a flowy shirt, it's very comfortable, and here are my boots. See my owls here and my boots. I call these my Robin Hood boots. I have 3 pairs of these, one brown, one black, one gray. Plus I have the black boots that I wore yesterday that are this style, but they're the flat leather instead of the suede look. Okay, I am getting all kinds of Frankenstein activities ready. This will be a sequencing book that we'll do with Frankenstein. And we're going to do our shades of meaning today with my paint chips. I have a Franken line that we're going to be using tomorrow for math and various other cool things that I'll be sharing along the way. So I'll try to catch up with you later. Sorry I didn't catch up with you more yesterday. The day just kind of was busy and I didn't have time. So I will try to let you know what you might have missed, but I'll have to check in with you later because I got some things to do. So I'm going to run for now. Hi, I just got my little pineapples taken to lunch. And I'm back now so I can finish eating my breakfast. I had like 2 bites left and I just didn't have time to do it. But we've done a lot. So we got a whole math lesson done and we talked about using strategies to subtract. And I put all the strategies that we have learned on the board there. And I'll get you a better close-up of that because you can't really tell what that is. So let's go over here and I'll show you. Those are the strategies that we have learned. Look at all that. Yeah. And I need to move those over because they will fit. I kind of want to put them in the order that we learned them a little bit, like the easier ones and then the more difficult ones. Something else that we did was we added to our vocabulary from Frankenstein. So these are the 3 words we worked on today. Despise, irritated, and companion. Well, there's our book again. There are also several versions on YouTube. And we did shades of meaning. Look at all the words that we went over. I thought that I would try to find a place to hang these so students could use these in their writing. Another thing that we did was a comprehension check. It was kind of like a mini AR quiz because I'm thinking there is an AR quiz for this book. So here's what that looks like. We just did the comprehension check together on the board. I projected it and then they circled the answers on their paper. Also kind of helps them get more used to a multiple choice format test. And it also lets me show them testing strategies because like on our BrainPop Junior quizzes, I have taught them, listen to the question, we'll read through the answers, then go back and choose the best answer. Because they want to just be like, first answer. I'm like, maybe, but you haven't read the other choices yet. Look through all your choices first, then choose your best answer. So that's what we did on this quiz as well, and it worked really well. Some of the kids were just jumping up with the answers. I'm like, oh, no. Remember, we read through all of the choices first, then we make our best choice. Worked really well. I want to show you. This is what those flip books will look like. This is from Reagan Tunstall. And I will try to remember to link that below for you in case you want to do it. It won't be too late by the time you see this. It's very easy to put together. As a matter of fact, let's go to my table where I'm in the process of assembling these. I was going to make them today and I realized, wait, no, I wasn't going to make them today. I thought, why don't I have these ready? That's because it's planned for tomorrow. So I was killing myself for nothing. So I stopped making them. I'm like, I can't do this. So Here are the books here. It's very simple. Let me see if I can show you. Okay. So you print it double-sided. See how you have 2 sides? Okay. Then all you do is you just kind of stagger them a little. There are only 3 pages. Stagger them like that. And make them straight, of course. So you have them like that. Then you're going to fold it down and line it up again. I just have to kind of fiddle with it a little. So you have it like this. Then you're going to fold it at the top. Crease it. Oops. See, some of them take a little more fiddling than others because you didn't get it quite straight. But, and then there it is. And you just staple. And I think I folded that one crooked, but that's okay. Just staple it at the top. I use 2 staples as close to the tippy top as you can do because it gives them more room to write. The closer you can get it stapled to the very top, the more space they have. Okay, so we're going to do Frankenstein, so we would put Frankenstein here. And then you'll do your characters and settings, so it'd be Frankenstein and the girl. And then the setting, of course, would be his house and school. And some various other places. And then what happened in the story. First, next, then, and last. So, this is a good little practice for our little test that we're going to take for our report cards. So I just have, I don't know, probably 10 of those left to do. I'll get them ready for tomorrow. I had forgotten I was going to do the comprehension check. Also, yesterday, we did part 1 of this. It was a rhyming cut and paste activity. This came from Dee Dee Wills from one of her listening station bundles. And I have so many of them. I don't know that I could find it again. But I have these already printed because I use them with my listening station as like a comprehension thing. But yesterday I had them color the pictures of things that rhymed with tree, green, and the pictures of things that rhymed with hat, purple. And then today they cut and pasted them because we didn't have time to do the whole shebang yesterday. So that was something else that we did. I don't think I showed you my spiders that the kids made, the addition spiders. Like, I think I have my example in here. Yes, this one. We got these done yesterday. The kids did a great job. When they finished with them, they put them in the hallway. So let me just go out there and show you because I have a few minutes before I have to go get the kids for recess. So let's go out here and show you what we got. All right, my alarm just went off, so it's time to get the kids to take them to recess, and I have a few that are going to miss some recess so they can contemplate their choices during our story time.